Hey everybody, welcome to Nerfcast. This is Josh.
And hailing from parts unknown, it's me.
And I guess I'm back. It's BloodAngel.
So
Hello, BloodAngel.
so yeah, a lot of you guys complained last time that our podcast was outdated when it came out. Sorry guys, that's just how it is. I had to record it and then jam. I've been on the East Coast for like the past week. I just got back a little bit ago.
Yay.
I actually got back and re-recorded all of the Crossbolt content for you guys. So like I was fresh off the planes. Like
Oh, really? You just recorded all the crossbow content? You ain't had no help or nothing, huh?
I said we when we.
No, fuck that. I didn't hear that.
That's right. I got off
How you
the
gonna
plane
how you gonna
the day
disrespect
we recorded.
our EP Jangle McJangles like that?
I said we. You can go back and listen to the podcast.
You give Jangles his credit.
Yes. But so yeah, now we can cover all the ToyFair stuff. We got BloodAngel here to talk shop and a bunch of other things. You may recognize him from previous podcasts, or you might recognize the name from the blog, where he has been very generous in helping us do a bunch of tests, and he constantly updates like stock Dart database. So,
I believe I've only been in one podcast so far.
yes.
No. Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
So
I was in the pat testing. I was
Now,
about
come
it.
on. Come on. You're making my ears bleed.
So anyway, now B.F.U's over here dying in a car somewhere.
Oh god, I got a pipe going with my own carbon monoxide. This is my last podcast. I'm not going out like the other Nerfers. I'm going out with a legit one, not a fake one. I can't do it. The hobby's too. It's too oppressive. The hobby's so oppressive. Oh god.
I don't even know what that was supposed to be, but clearly B.F.U is suffering from a lack of sleep. That must
That's actually
only
not
be induced
untrue.
by the massive amount of playing he is or fun he is having with the crossbolt.
What'd you say? Don't say it Don't say it once. It comes to the screen. I don't even need 3 times. This ain't Candyman.
There it is.
Oh, what? And just in case y'all don't think I'm fronting, what? Oh, that's fresh. That's factory fresh, homies. That's homies. I meant I said the homies. There's no offensive language in this podcast. I am so sorry. God bless me. Oh God, Josh, fire me. Please fire me. Sorry. If I can be serious for a minute.
Wow. So, Rival. Now that we've seen a little bit more in action, to be perfectly honest, there wasn't a ton of info that I felt like that we learned. I mean, we kind of knew some of the stuff that we talked about in our last podcast. It's cool to have had people with hands-on experience actually give us feedback.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I feel like it's only been two weeks, and it feels like the Rival hype is just gone. Like it's not on. You don't see it anymore on Facebook. You don't see it on Reddit. It's just it was there, and then people learned some things, and now it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. There's nothing. People were super excited when it was announced, and then they got a little bit of a taste of something, and they're out now. They're just like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure people will be excited once it actually starts hitting shelves, but I guess there's really nothing else to see when it comes to it, right? We've kind of seen everything. The one thing that I will say was pretty cool was the way that the magazines you can like just reload by like jamming the little Nerf balls. I don't know if they're going to have an actual name for the ammo or if they announced it or not, but just like kind of picking them up with it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You see?
Might as well just call them Nerf
Okay.
golf balls, because that's what they are. They just Nerf golf balls.
They are. They're tiny little versions of like just foam golf balls.
There's a certain debate of whether or not the dimples are actually going to do a lot, considering that the foam is not as dense as it was imagined. There was Blaster Labs did a post on how they were, and they said, oh, the foam is so dense, and I think Torque replied with like, well, if you take a regular Nerf dart and you compare it by size and mass, it's actually not that dense. So we'll have to see how they perform. We haven't seen them fire past 15 feet. So we'll have to wait until the actual product comes out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still skeptical. I'm excited.
We found out the manual gun or manual blaster. Jeez, I'm having a bad day. The manual blaster loads from the bottom clip style into a handle, as opposed to the sideways. That was making Josh very angry.
Yes, I like that a lot better. In fact, I like that better than most Nerf blasters, just because it's there, it's concealed, it's cool. But unfortunately, it's not on the flywheel blaster. It's on the manual, which isn't bad.
You rock manual anyway. You're a manual kind of guy.
Yes. No, I mean it sucks for everybody who's going to be using the other one. That's what I'm saying. If they all did that, if that was like, oh, we're all going to load through the handle, that would be like a cool thing that kind of set it apart from their other lines. It would still have a different sort of way of loading, but that weird side, I don't like the side in.
Yeah, you don't like anything that goes in sideways.
I just
What if it was $5 cheaper?
Possibly. I mean, I think it's all going to depend on what the actual costs are when they hit.
Josh likes his Nerf vertical.
I think it would be good if it was a shotgun pump style prime as opposed to the top prime.
I agree with that. Not a fan of top prime with most blasters.
Top prime must be just easier to engineer because it seems to be not as like the shotgun style, but just on more blasters. So I wonder if it's just an engineering thing.
Probably. I'm trying to just think of like whenever I've opened up shotgun prime blasters, there's usually a bar running, to the front.
Right. So I just wonder if the because shotgun prime just makes something bigger than it has to be.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Well, what's interesting to me is Nerf has yet to have a sort of exterior shotgun prime. What I mean by that is everything is internal, right? The Alpha Trooper, the Rampage, just have like a bar that runs inside so you can't see it, which is cool. I get it. Less moving parts and stuff, but obviously people have been able to do it the outside of the blaster, and I'm wondering if that would be easier.
Can't have the kiddies pinching their fingies.
It's lit. No. My head.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
Right, because you got the bars that go up, and because all the external kits have like a second bar that goes across the blaster and then attaches to the top.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that.
Pinching the fingies.
Potentially, sliding it across the top of your hand.
Yes.
Yeah, I like making Josh grumpy.
I mean, my retort to that would be they already have moving parts. That's how you're priming them.
Well, once you upgrade the Alpha Trooper, when it's harder to prime, don't you somewhat like squeeze your hand between the blaster and the pump grip?
Yeah, depending on how you have it set up. I mean, I've had one like bruise my hand because it has that little sort of extra little nub at the bottom that you're supposed to be able to attach a sling to. And I've actually had a bruised hand afterwards from using that. But that's with the upgraded spring, and you can only upgrade the springs so much on those because that bar in the middle will start to bend and flex, and you don't get like a full prime. So that's why either that or maybe they could use 2 bars to stabilize it more, and you're not, because it goes like down and then around, and it's weird. It's weird. But anyway, we still got a lot of other stuff that was announced at ToyFair besides Rival, which is so arguably going to be a game changer. We'll see.
Which is basically Nerf just trying to capitalize on the gang wars between the Crips and the Bloods. I mean, let's be honest.
That's PR.
I mean, Very good on Nerf trying to capitalize on those gang wars. I mean, hey, you know what? They use foam balls instead of bullets. Maybe one person could get a life saved.
Yeah, the marketing's definitely there for gang rivalry. That's sure totally what they were going for, B.F.U.
I'm just saying, Nerf rival, not to be sold in Compton.
The U.S. already has problems with Nerf guns and law enforcement.
Well, yeah, but there's no law enforcement that actually goes to Compton, so they'll be okay.
No, that's true.
What else came out of ToyFair?
Oh man, there was a bunch of Rebel stuff.
There was a bunch of Rebel stuff.
Most of it was kind of inktastic, but there was a pretty sick crossbow that came out of ToyFair with Rebel.
The Codebreaker is the one you like. The string Guardian crossbow.
Yes. First of all, it has a lot of things that I like. It's got
a string.
Hold on. No. Let's get to that's the last thing. First, don't freaking ruin the punchline. All right? You're killing me. It's a Rebel blaster, which means it'll be easier to sand, easier to paint. It's got those nice smooth lines like a lady. And that's really bad. My wife's gonna punch me in the face for that. I like anything with like a rotating turret style. Like I like the hammer shot. Buy it, so on and so forth. And it's got eight round capacity, which is new. We haven't seen something rotating with 8 rounds. It's usually been 5 or 6. And I know you're waiting for it. And yes, it's string powered.
Oh, it's a string power.
Based on recent events that were life foam changing, string power string power's on the rise. 2015 is the year of string.
That's right.
2 years ago, in a dark, dank parking lot in Fremont, California, a young, well, not age young, but a inexperienced, thirst for knowledging Nerfer, without a nickname yet, and without an invite to a podcast, purchased a string-powered blaster-ish crossbow thingy, and he was mocked and laughed at first, and then we fired the one dart from there, and that one dart, it flew. It was majestic. It was beautiful, and it flew so straight. And from the veteran Nerfer who had a podcast and invited him to games, exclaimed, "Wow, that was impressive."
It was the dart heard around the world.
It was the dart heard around the parking lot. Josh remembers that day.
I very vividly remember because it quickly went from what else can we fire from this action?
Batteries were coming out, forks. It was awesome.
Pencils.
This was the
real crossbow.
This was the NXT. Yeah, this was the next crossbow.
Good thing you painted it blue.
Yeah, that's true. That thing was a legit crossbow.
It really, yeah. That was.
So basically, the moral of the story is, for those who haven't heard this is your first time listening. We've told this story before. Even back 2 years ago, we thought string power would be an interesting way to propel elite darts and make them more accurate. Due to the propulsion method, seemed to be a little more forgiving when it came to that, and it's turning out that it's not saying we were like foam Stradamus, but I'm just saying we may have been onto something back then, and now Nerf has been onto something now. But they probably started 4 years ago, so we were just really onto what they were already onto.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure there was a player at the Burn Games that's been using a bow almost the entire time. I'm not sure.
Yes, but isn't that a plunger-powered bow?
It is.
Okay.
Powered by a string.
No, it's completely different.
Yeah.
And you know it. And I'm not disrespecting said player's bow. Said player's bow might actually kill me if you put a sharp point on a Nerf dart. That's not what I'm saying. I don't want FVJ flying at my head out of that thing. All right, because of disrespect. I bow to the angels of blood bows from the Crunks of the Thunder, Esquire. Okay, I bow to its superior FPS and amazingly awesomeness. and just got to make sure you shoot them between reloads. But it's still a plunger is a plunger is a plunger. These are pure string. String for all. A string in every pot. I'm sorry, Josh. If we lose subs because of this, I apologize.
It's okay. Down with the P, up with the T. From spring to string.
All right. So, anyways, I'm really looking forward to that. It actually, when the girl was holding it, it looked a lot longer than the Guardian crossbow, which was really, really tiny.
Nope, keep talking.
Screw you. I hate you so much. I enjoyed it. I don't know. What did you guys think of the firing demo? Did you guys watch it? What do you think of it so far?
It could be cool.
Here we go.
That's all I got. It could be cool. It wasn't. I still prefer personally magazine-fed blasters. That's what was great about the crossbolt, was that you could have that string power and pretty easily mod things, but you could still carry a bunch of mags on you, so you could quickly reload.
Yep, it's definitely not going to be better than the crossbolt, but I mean, really, that's going to be hard. You guys have no idea the joy Josh had this past weekend.
It was a lot of fun.
It doesn't come through on the podcast how much joy Josh is capable of.
I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I was like, yeah.
He was so happy.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
I think if you can mod it without taking out the arms and then making it more compact, so it doesn't have the crossbow arms, I think I would like it more.
You can. You totally can.
Yeah.
The crossbow or the Rebel one?
The Codebreaker.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we'll have to see when we get it. I wouldn't have assumed the crossbow could have done that, but Josh is smart, and it did, and it worked.
I tend to like magazine-fed blasters more, but I'm not opposed to the front-loading ones or the cylinder-loading ones as well.
Oh, definitely.
Just the ones I can't stand are like the single shot, like the Night Finder or the Fire Strike.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So single shot blasters, I understand their place as kind of like a introductory. But honestly, unless you're rocking, some of the designs are pretty cool. Like the Side Strike, I think it's a lot of fun if you just want to plink around, I guess. But to actually be war ready, why are you rocking a single shot blaster ever unless you're running around with a jolt?
Well, like
you're
assassin
kind of game type like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for assassin, and you need to have a jolt that's quick at the ready, or I mean, I guess you could go with Fire Strike if you really want. But if you have one shot, I mean, why aren't you just going to conceal it too in a game like that?
I mean, now too. I mean, I don't think the Fire Strike's that much smaller than the 4 Victory. I mean, it's smaller, but I don't know if it's that much smaller. And that you get 4 shots with, right? So.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree. True. I also think unless you're going for the plunger size, a lot of people like to mod it with brass and make it shoot ridiculously far, and it's just a single shot, but it's a very powerful single shot.
That's true. I have seen it sort of used as like a makeshift little, I don't want to say sniper to get people in an uproar.
Oh no, sniper! There's no sniping in your house.
Thanks, Josh. You just lost 20 subs. Good job.
But seeing it as like for us where we play, having something that's hitting that range that maybe their main blaster isn't, and just being able to quickly I don't need to take a lot of shots with this because I just want to have one really accurate shot from a distance, but I don't want to have a giant blaster to take this one shot from a distance. I want to be able to rush and do all this stuff, but if somebody has me pinned down with a Titan and from the bridge and I'm over here, it's cool to just be and take a quick little shot. I guess I get it for that, but I mean, it does require modding definitely if you're going to be using it in that capacity, because a stock Night Finder isn't gonna do you any good.
I mean, didn't you used to use a Panther for that?
I did. I used to have a Panther that I no longer even rock for that, because honestly, in our games and with my playstyle, every time I tried to use it, it didn't really work the way I wanted it to. Because then I was like
Stock
too far
dots.
away to rush. Yeah, this was pre-Koosh. So
Pre-Koosh.
if we, I mean, I might have to bust it back out and see if Koosh flies nice
PK.
and straight.
PK. PK.
TK.
Pre-Koosh,
PK.
yes.
Pre-Koosh.
PK
Alright. The other one is the Revolution bow.
This is the
spinny bow?
yeah, it's like it actually uses the Nerf arrows. Like what was it before? The agent bow.
Yes.
But it has just like a giant cylinder, and it spins and drops one right where you're supposed to like grab it and pull back and fire.
It's an agent bow with an attached rotating quiver.
Right. I mean, it looks cool. I'll give it that. I guess I don't use the agent bow. It was actually really difficult to get things flying correctly.
It requires some mastery.
Yeah, and that's kind of the biggest flaw that I had with it. I don't know if this is going to be any better. Like if they opened a side up, I don't think so. I think it's pretty much exactly the same, right? It just
it looks like it's exactly the same. I mean, cool.
It still has that box, the arrow box.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like. Yeah.
Except now, instead of you having to align up the box, it does it for you and drops the arrow in the box.
Right.
So, I mean, it's. I mean, I could see kids loving the crap out of it.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I'm sure kids will like it.
That's pretty freaking. That's pretty neat. There'll be a lot of purple Hawkeye mods hitting the webs.
Oh, I'm sure.
I wonder if you can just take it and just use the quiver, or just create some kind of arrow holding system for games.
Where you just hit like a button and it spins, and you can grab different arrows for no reason because they're all the same.
Right. No, but you paint a boxing glove head on the front of one of them.
Ooh.
Hey, I did make one of those.
You did.
Chris, I made two of them. A left hand and a right hand.
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, that was pretty much it for the.
He's really far away.
I think everything else out for the Rebel was kind of already out.
They had some other ones. The Courage crossbow, which is basically the same thing. It uses the real arrows and it shoots string powered, and the Mini Mischief, which is that tiny folding gun that's not the secret shot.
I don't remember seeing the Courage crossbow.
It's a crossbow. It shoots the agent bow arrows.
Yeah.
I
know exactly which one you're talking about.
It's like the Diamondista, only it shoots full-length arrows.
Yeah. It's meh. But you know what? Hold on. Let me try this.
I remember it. I'm
gonna see if I can do this. Let me see if I can screen share this with our viewers just to test.
Technology.
Oh, dude, he's trying new technology.
Oh,
goodbye, listeners.
Oh,
goodbye,
there we
listeners.
go.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, that's what we're talking about. For those of you who didn't see it, and I'm gonna stop screen sharing.
This is gonna revolutionize the podcast.
Yes, it is.
I don't have to keep boxes of crap in my truck anymore.
I thought you were going to come over here because he's actually somewhat close to my area. I thought he was just going to roll by and like sit right here. But
yeah, I was going to roll by, but then things happened and I got, Caucasians talk to me and it was bad.
Yeah, the mini Mischief is kind of weird. I don't know.
Is that that's the little lipstick one, right?
Lipstick. People were calling it the Balisong Blaster because it flips open.
You got the purse one though. There's two. There's like a transforming.
The purse one is the secret shot. Yeah, the purse one looked kind of neat. The Mini Mischief, I believe, is only a single shot.
It is. I think there was a review. There was possibly a review in a backyard in the southeast that was done with that blaster.
Oh, let's try it. Let's try it again. Blammo. Share. Oh, look at that.
There it goes.
Oh,
from the Nerf Rebel actual website. They don't have any pictures of it. folded up, I guess you can kind of see one. I don't know what it's supposed to be when it's folded up, other than it fits into a thing. But it's basically
it's a thing that fits into a thing.
Yes.
It's a thingception.
So for our listeners who cannot see the podcast with your screen share, it's a thing that fits into a thing.
Yeah,
it's a foldy.
It folds up. The handle and trigger basically fold down. The back portion, which is obviously the plunger, it looks pretty much to be the same size as like a Triad or Jolt, except for it primes kind of in the back position like a Night Finder would. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's it. It's a hook and ladder system. Moving on.
Sure. Hooks and ladders. We'll go with that.
It's trash.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand the gimmick behind it. Let me put it that way. The secret shot at least looks like a purse, so you can kind of go around like, yeah, I got a purse. Oh, it's really a blaster. Haha. This, I don't know. It folds down, but it's still larger than like a Jolt. So it's if you're gonna go for the single shot, again,
good thing you're not the target market.
Yeah, lipstick.
Yes.
It's lipstick.
Is it lipstick? It doesn't look like lipstick to me.
B.F.U. lipstick.
Giant.
That's
lipstick.
Because I was picturing me using it in drag, and I'd be a beefy gal.
Oh, see, now that's gonna happen. I'm gonna buy a wig. I'm gonna buy that blaster. We're recording a video.
Oh, with screen sharing now, we have all types of stuff we can do. I mean, and let's not get. We could just go buck wild, but what else did they announce at their? So that was the Rebel booth. That is archaic screen sharing. But that is how we used to do. That's how we used to do it pre-Josh. All right. See, this is screen sharing too. There, happy? My screen.
So let's see. Oh, we want to do the Zombie Strike stuff next, because
Oh yeah, fun with string.
Yeah, it's fun with all the wrong kinds of string. they had some. Let's see, BioSquad. I don't even know if that's a blaster or a series of blasters. I don't even remember.
Oh, really? Really?
What do you mean? What do you mean, really?
What do you mean, really? I don't know.
I found out how to screen share too.
You know what?
I figured it out.
Fault. It's not my fault, but I keep hooking Hasbro up with good ideas. All right, it's not my fault.
So,
no, that's just weird. Yeah, I mean the silly string. I mean, so when I said the year of string, I didn't mean it was not an all-encompassing statement. I meant string propulsion, not propelled out string.
Not
silly string.
This junk right here.
Oh, that's crap.
Welcome.
I thought you were excited about this. You thought it would be like Nerf flamethrower with the silly string.
So here's what sucks.
No.
I look at the blaster and I'm like, woo! If I remove the smart ARs and like improve the seal, I might actually be able to get a decent scatter gun without having to use PVC pipe.
Nope.
Very possibly no. I have no idea how this even works. So I'm looking at it, right? And here's what I don't understand. And I didn't even look at this blaster. As soon as I saw silly string, I was like, I'm out.
I saw it. See, you didn't sit through the firing demos. Jerk.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Are there firing here? I'm gonna look up firing demos. You guys keep talking. Now I'm.
So I'm pretty sure the way it works is the actual trigger of the blaster is used to propel the silly string instead of the darts. So the darts work like the Demolisher rocket.
Oh, you're right. That's right. I did see this. I'm watching it right now. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying there's potential there for a nice scatter shotgun, which is what we've kind of been missing if it can be done right.
I mean, of course. I mean, there have already been people who have absolved the demo grenade launcher to be a scatter shot.
Yes.
I don't care what people have done. Screw people, and screw what they've done.
So it's already been out. The hamper technology has been out for a while.
BloodAngel, I've been ruined by last weekend. I just expect ease of mod out the box now. Okay?
I mean, you could take the Rebel Messenger, take out the ARs.
That's not a shotgun prime. Nope.
So the other thing is, so we're talking about the Bio Squad, but that's actually like a subline of Zombie Strike, right?
Yeah,
Like
which
Zombie
is
Strike.
which is already a subline.
So yeah, so there's Nerf, then there's Nerf Zombie Strike. They had Z Squad this previous year, which was
Yes.
marginally a thing. And now Bio Squad. So because I'm looking at that as if it's one blaster, but there's actually two. Here, I'll screen share the other one as well. It's a smaller version, looks like a single shot, but it's basically the same mech. You've got the Demolisher thingy on the bottom, and it propels a dart out in theory.
Move it over, buddy. Can't see anything.
Oh, you couldn't?
No,
Oh.
just the tip of the blaster.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Oh, man.
Yep, you ruined it. It was a good thing.
I can't see what you're seeing right now.
Oh,
so
I just see an orange tip. That's it.
But that's basically the entire blaster, so, there's not...
Yeah, that one fires a single dot as opposed to
small AR system with four. I don't know what you guys think. I think the string is stupid. I mean, little kids might love it. It's cool, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's dumb.
I feel like I've seen silly string blasters try to make it before, and they never do. The only one that has ever gone anywhere is like the Spider-Man, web canister ones.
Yep.
Other than that, I just can't. Even for kids, like they're having a Nerf war, I don't see why you're going to want to add silly string into it. If they were going to try to make a blaster that did multiple things, I would expect them to try to incorporate Nerf and Super Soaker, like both product lines together, and be like, oh, look, you can squirt water and darts or something, because silly string, really? And you're going to have to buy...
versus...
You got to buy like special canisters of silly string and.
So the canisters, each blaster comes with refillable, and the refillable you can actually use water instead.
Oh, awesome!
I don't even really see like water and darts, like super soakers and darts, really fitting together.
I don't either. I just would expect that to try to boost their super soaker sales, which clearly are on the decline.
Why don't we just add laser tag to the whole thing, and we can have 4 different types of ammo?
Sock ninjas, everybody.
I'm not going to lie to you. If they made a laser tag dart blaster, I would be happier. And I know that Zook over at Tactical Tag would be too, because he's working.
All right, so all 2 of you would be very excited.
Well, I mean, they haven't exactly done a whole lot with their laser tag line at the moment.
That's true.
So they might as well throw it into Nerf and be like, look you can get like really long distances, like play at night, or just switch to blaster mode. I don't know. It seems like something. Yeah. It's more feasible than silly string.
It's like when G.I. Joe went Eco Squad. You knew life was over.
So, see, that would have been a great segue, but we're going to continue with, I guess, the rest of the other stuff. So that's all that came out of Zombie Strike. I mean, the Doominator was obviously, there. It is apparently Slamfire. And
you could remove the handle.
And I think that's all we got on that.
Oh.
I don't know what else.
I was just
kind of knew about this stuff.
However, how many noises B.F.U can make on...
Oh, we do. Oh, you know what? I'll go from the happiest thing B.F.U's seen to the least, because the other thing that was there was the Thunder Blast.
Oh, the Thunder Blast!
I hate you.
You know what? Since you can remove the handle, you can actually attach a Thunder Blast to the bottom of a Doominator.
No, you can't. No, you can remove my handle, and I will attach my Thunder Blast to the bottom of your Doominator. It's the only way that's going to work.
Oh, the Thunder Blast. We talked about this on a previous podcast. It's basically just a single, missile firing blaster. It uses Demolisher missiles, and it's just like you pump it. There's no trigger or anything like that. They just took the Demolisher portion, like the Strife portion of the Demolisher off the Demolisher, and just have the rest there, and it's ugly as sin.
This might be the sub-year of the...
That fires
This might be sub-year of Nerf Hamp, right? Because they got the string blaster's got a hamp. Is that what you guys call it? Hamp?
I have
That's
no
the
idea what
style.
Hamp.
Yeah,
It's the freaking one pump chump.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Now I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. So the Demolisher had it last year. Now we got it with that and other things. So it's hamtastic, string and ham.
String and hemp.
Wow.
It's just like pork and beans, guys. Just like pork and beans.
Oh, what else? What else did they sort of preview there? That was
You know what they didn't preview enough of? They didn't spend enough time on the stupid crossbolt.
Yeah. Well, maybe because they knew that it was on store shelves. I mean,
that's true.
They must have known that we would pick it up and do like 17 videos on it.
They were like, "Oh, shoot, we shipped those." Yeah, don't even bother.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
they talked about them. People said they saw them there. Blaster Labs was like, "Yeah, they're here. It's powerful." I was like, "Cool beans." Oh, I know, the Roto Fury, Slamfire. Looks good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, there's nothing really to report on it. People were saying it looks awesome. We said it looked awesome before, so.
Stays on the awesome list. Kid tested, mother approved.
There we go. Other than that, there was like some non-Nerf stuff. I mean, Boomco debuted their whole like licensing deal line with Halo and other stuff. So they got the little needler blaster.
You mean
cool.
A toy projectile firing company actually used an IP crossover? No.
What?
I mean, they had a whole line of Halo stuff come out. They had the SMG. They had the Covenant Carbine. They have the Needler.
What?
Oh yeah, they had a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow, good job, Boomco. Where do you use the IP?
Like 3 or 4 blasters came out.
See, here's the thing. You have to realize Boomco had to pay for an IP. Hasbro already owned all of theirs. So
that's true.
So what you're saying is, when
you pay for something, you use it. I mean, you've seen WizKids. You know how this goes. We bought an IP. NECA's like, we have an IP. All of it. Just everything. What do we make? Do we make dice? Make dice with that on it. Do we make cards? Make cards with that on it. Do we make statues? Statues too. Action figures,
what you're saying is Hasbro may be a little bit lazy.
I'm thinking that if they had to pay for their stuff, they might license it a little better. Only thing I can think of that they did that with is the Avengers stuff. And they
only had some stuff that would be awesome to cross-license with. You know what it is? They don't have any IPs that would go well with Nerf.
That must be it.
Too bad. That's too bad. Too bad, Hasbro. Well, Hasbro, maybe you can find some IPs. Maybe you should.
Oh, you know what? I know.
Battleship.
They
Battleship's
work
yours.
with one of their companies that they own a lot of, like 20% of, and go with that because that clearly.
You're right.
Clearly, if you assemble things and you like blasters, then Kinex is perfect.
Oh, you're right. That's awesome. I mean, why wouldn't we want a bunch of jolts on freaking sticks, right? So glorified popsicle stick jolts versus, maybe some robot transforming blasters, or I don't know, maybe like a American-based paramilitary group that fights an evil emperor bent on world domination with a really catchy theme song that's a hero that's great in America. I don't know, that wouldn't cross over an IP. That would never work.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Not like those two have had any successful movies or anything. That would be Kinex.
Oh, well, I mean, the Kinex movie was amazing.
Kinex movie, clearly.
Did they have a cool song? Everything is awesome. Oh wait, no, that was Lego. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, everything connects when you're trying to build stuff. Something
so
like that.
So clearly, B.F.U. is angry that there are no Brony blasters out yet.
I would, you know what? Honestly, I would go be cool with some kind of stupid horse theme blaster as like a throwback to when they made like the arachnids and all that crap and the manta ray.
Yeah.
Than I am with like popsicle stick blasters.
I mean, they could bring back the whole line and just call it the Beast Wars crossover.
They could. They really could. And I would still be happier than popsicle stick jolts.
I mean, it's not like we actually own a character who transforms into a gun. So we could just have him transform into a blaster. That's That's a stretch. Connects though, on the money.
We don't
I
put
don't
a movie
understand.
out. We don't put a movie out with The Rock every few years where he wields a big Gatling gun. Couldn't get a little commercial with that, huh? No.
I
Could have
don't
raced
even
him to Witch Mountain. Who knows?
and I get it. I get it. Hasbro doesn't own Connects, but they have, I guess, a very good working relationship with them and like own percentage of them, something like that.
It's awesome.
They've got hands in each other's pockets. Let's put it that way. Like
Because owning a
Connects makes
percentage
Lincoln
of a
Logs, which
company.
they own, or something like that. I remember looking it up.
I mean, the important thing is that we're going to get a new ammo type from Connects.
And that is the only saving grace of this entire line. I know people reported on it, and they were like, "Oh, they shoot nice. The trigger." I don't care.
I trust. So here's the thing. I have an inherent distrust of the internet
Mm-hmm.
because unless it's like certain people from Reddit that I know what a dart that flies straight looks like. Because anything compared to an elite dart is probably going to look really good.
It's a good point. Good point. I mean, if it fires nice, great. You know, if it's better than Elite, cool. I mean, we already have something that's better than Elite. It's Elite Suction. Elite Suction is amazing. It's just expensive. Everybody, we keep like, oh, Elite is such junk. Like, well, yeah, but Suction's great and it works in pretty much everything.
Yep.
They're just expensive.
Yep, but I don't see the honeycomb domes being any cheaper.
I can't imagine they're being cheaper, and I don't know if they would actually be any more accurate than the Elite Suctions at the moment.
We'll just have to wait and see. Nobody, I mean, apparently there's a box of them out, but nobody can weigh them. Nobody can take the tip off. You know what I mean? Like,
no one can fire them
but
at
they
a
fire
human-sized
well.
target.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you have a box of them, but your only report is that, oh, they fly well. Okay, thank you.
You know what? Next time a blaster comes out and we get our hands on it, I'm just going to put the box up on a video and say it does good things for 5 minutes.
it do good.
And then I'm going to make a second video called modding it, and I'm going to say it mods good for 5 minutes.
I'm so...
it comes with this. You can spend literally 4 minutes just opening the box.
And I'm going to put a post up about how I wish I had that blaster and get 300 upvotes. God, I'm so angry.
And then, well, sticking with Boomco, there was the Spinsanity 3X.
Yes.
Yeah. That was kind of
the other
big
end
thing.
of the spectrum. That thing looked pretty neat.
I like it.
Said it looked really good and felt pretty good when they actually used it, so that's cool.
It's got a very futuristic video game blaster or video game gun look to it.
Yeah.
Video game firearm, I guess.
It looks a lot like the Doominator. It's just multiple turrets and...
hold on. It does not look like the Doominator. You shut your pretty mouth. Okay. The Doominator is manual. That thing is spinny wheels.
Spinny wheels.
It's like a tri-turn. I mean, it looks cool. I like the shape of it. It reminds me of like a Halo gun.
That makes sense considering.
Kind of appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Because it'll get recolored in purple, and it will be Halo gun. That's
Halo-rific.
Yeah, I mean that looked cool. It really looked neat. I know everybody was juiced on the groupings of the darts, which I know they weren't firing that far, but having fired enough elite darts in my short tenure as a nerfer, I can tell you that even at 10 feet, elite darts are crap. So, you know. They don't get groupings like that, that's for damn sure.
We've known that Boomco is more accurate, more or less, than the Nerf.
We didn't know, I mean, I was thinking maybe, I mean, we'll see what flywheels do to it for overall accuracy, but an accurate, I mean, it's going to be good no matter what.
And to be fair, the other thing I would like to point out is it's a lot easier to do a firing demo and it look kind of nice with Boomco because their darts just stick to the photo paper Boomco matte thing.
Also true.
You could get the elite suctions, but even then, you know, it's kind of hit or miss if it's going to stick.
Right.
Those things are nice. They don't come off until you pull them off for the most part.
Very fair.
Yeah, you'd have to have actually have to have targets that knock over if you were trying to do a firing demo with, elites
Yeah, and it's
or
really
elite
hard
section
to.
up.
You don't get a grouping. That's what I'm saying. Like you could knock
Right.
stuff down, but you're not going to be like, oh, that grouping was great. Well, it looks great because you've got a bunch of stuff stuck to each other, like next to each other.
True.
But I mean, it is better for sure.
Yeah, I like that's the first Boomco blaster that I saw that I thought was neat. I was like,
Oh
ooh,
yeah, it
I might
definitely
get that.
looks pretty cool. My biggest thing with Boomco right now is still kind of the magazine. Like I'm waiting for them to bring out some sort of magazine-fed blaster. Uh,
Yes, you are
that's
a
not that
magazine
weird.
whore.
I mean, they have like the clip that goes in through on a couple of them, but it's not exactly what I want. I want something that's more like a
Yeah, but
traditional
to
magazine.
be fair, even if they brought out a magazine, you're not going to get it because you're not going to invest in all the magazines because you already have a bunch of Nerf magazines.
That is highly probable.
So the Spinsanity is like the best of both worlds. It's got a pretty high capacity,
Hmm.
and I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, hey,
you don't have to invest.
yeah, I mean, it depends. It totally depends, but I'm,
I
I've
actually might.
I've been
I
known
actually
to
might.
make an investment a time or two.
Mm, a time, no two.
You clearly forget how many 1800 magazines I gave you just because there were new ones out,
That's
and then did
true.
the exact same thing when new ones came out again.
That's true. I still don't see you doing it with Boomco. I'm calling it now.
I mean, right now, as it
Too deep.
stands
You're
with
too
their
deep
product
in the game.
lines, I'm not seeing it happen for me personally. Um, is it possible that'll change? Definitely. I'm not. I'm not. Um, I'm not a one ammo necessarily kind of guy. It's just easier to roll that way at the moment. But with Nerf coming out with their rival line, people might be investing in all that. So
I would say that if I think it's worth it, I'll switch over. If Boomco came out with a shotgun prime, high capacity dot mag with their that's moddable to get preferred ranges, I would switch over.
yeah, I would definitely contemplate it. Um,
And assuming that the box-fed magazines would fit in appropriate already existing pouches, it would definitely be something I would switch to.
yeah, I mean it's definitely something that you have to. And we haven't talked about this on the podcast so much, but me and BloodAngel have talked about it, doing other things like airsoft and whatnot. But it's the system, right, that you're using, and like what else you can use with it. How easy is it to find a magazine pouch to put magazines in? If it's some weird thing that's really obscure and hard to get, then how do you hold stuff? What sort of ecosystem is built around this blaster?
Yeah, and it just seems like the rival line is just well, once you're out of the golf balls, what do? You either have to, I mean, they roll around on the ground. They're not darts, so you're
Yeah.
gonna have to go chasing after them, and you have to pick them up. I mean, I think it's cool that you can just kind of push them down onto the ball from the
Hmm.
barrel, and then it'll reload. But I mean, you're really theoretically you're reloading multiple tubes and not just the one inside the blaster.
Right, right, right. Yeah, it's one of those things I'm just really gonna have to see when it comes out because there's a lot of things that are interesting about it, but there's a lot of things that I, right now, just looking at them, don't particularly like. So again, it's gonna be that like range versus accuracy versus cost and compatibility with other things that are out that I think is gonna sell a
I
lot
think
of
it has
enthusiasts on
it,
it.
I think it has its place. I don't think
Hmm.
it's going to be a game changer, just considering that people just take already stock Nerf blasters and make them better than the rival,
Hmm.
and they
Hmm.
shoot darts. So I mean, unless the unless the rival line is so much more accurate and performs that much better, I don't think it will. I mean, the golf balls, they can't be, any more accurate than, what we've already seen with paintball and airsoft.
That's true.
And
Um,
let's face it, there's more technology into airsoft and paintball, and they're still not that accurate.
that's true. I would be interested to see what can be done with them. You know, if people just really overvolt the crud out of them or throw in really huge springs and you can get them flying significantly further with the same amount of modding, it might be a thing. But, you know, I'm open to it. I
think it's worth trying out at least
for sure.
once.
Oh, definitely. I'm like I said, I'm more interested to see what they would do with the ammo and what the community does with the ammo. And, you know, hopefully with what other blasters come out besides these, the initial product launch.
I just don't think it's going to be as big of a game changer as the hype made it out to be, and now that the hype is kind of died down, I think people are realizing that.
Yeah. Very, very true. What else?
Well, the only other things that I remember seeing are somebody's 3D printed some better Stampede gears, so they can theoretically reuse the Stampedes, which are discontinued, so you know there's no support for them anymore. But somebody out there is trying to, you know, make them so that they last longer and can be reused.
Yeah, I remember seeing that thread as well.
So yeah, if you own a Stampede, go get them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The other big thing that's probably worth talking about is the HVZ guide that someone put out. Where's the coffee?
Yeah. I'll actually try to look that up while we are discussing it. Where is my coffee? It's not what it's called on Reddit, but we're trying to keep this podcast PG.
Oh, are we?
A little bit.
Well, I wish I got that memo at the office.
Yeah. I wish you had an office for me to give you memos at.
We don't have an office?
Unfortunately not.
I thought we had an office.
What about all those YouTube dollars we make off of these podcasts?
Yeah, the YouTube dollars.
Exactly. I really thought we had an office.
I don't even think we've made enough to actually for YouTube to be like, hey, we can send you this now.
Huh. I thought we had an office. Where have I been going for the last
Hasbro and Zing and all those people don't send us free stuff all the time?
No, somehow.
Hey,
they just keep forgetting.
Zing took care of us a little bit.
Zing has sent us some stuff before.
Zing
hooked it up. God bless her. God bless her Zing and Hearts.
Yeah, they sent us their whole product line. Well,
I don't know about free stuff from Hasbro because a lot of times it's late.
That's also true. But so this Where Is My Coffee HVZ guide is 24 pages long.
Wow.
That has kind of just all sorts of HVZ information. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read all 24 pages because I've been at work.
You at work at our office?
I read comments. I read comments about those 24 pages, and you know, there is apparently a lot of good information, but I think it's going to be very dependent on. Although the basics of HVZ are similar, like you have a bandana and you tag people, and if you get tagged by them, you turn into a zombie. That's pretty much where the similarities stop. From what I've seen, that's like it. That's like saying, hey, Nerf. You tag each other with Nerf, like, well, you playing Capture the Flag, King of the Hill. Like, what are you doing? Like HVZ varies so drastically from location to different game types that I'm not saying that all of that info should just be thrown out the window or is bad or anything, but it's definitely can be helpful, but it's going to be situational and dependent upon you and your game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, so many different places played HVZ and Nerf so differently that quite literally there are people that I've heard go through a whole week of HVZ and not fire a single dot, and they're considered survivors. And then there's others that are like, they go on missions all the time. They take out full loadouts everywhere they go, and if they have less than a rapid strike and 3 other primaries, then it's not enough.
Oh yeah. And I mean, you're looking at, like you said, some people have week-long games where they're living on a campus and surviving in between classes with this constant zombie burden, or maybe they're playing during like a week break and they have to survive with the zombies. And then you have people that are playing, a day game, a weekend game, a couple hours, and they're kind of cramming it all into missions that you have to do. Because I know that some places have, just so many different things. I don't know what they recommend in the guide, and I'm sure there's some great tips and stuff, and it's definitely got a lot of things that you can read and consider if it's right for you. But, where are you going, right? Those are the kind of things you got to look at in any game. HVZ, regular Nerf, like, am I going to be running through a forest, or am I going to be running on blacktop? Is it going to be like urban terrain? How many darts do I need to bring? Can I pick up darts? Can I go and like resupply somewhere? Is there a safe zone? Do I need socks? Are there special zombies with special rules? There's a ton of different stuff. Is melee allowed? All this, there's just a bajillion things that you got to consider. So.
Well, specifically, it was written for this particular person's university. So, obviously, there's going to be some hashing out between, this is made specifically for my campus, not yours.
Yeah.
And that, that's to be expected.
Oh, definitely. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a great reference from what I've seen, and it actually, brings up a lot of things like what should you wear, what's this, and it makes recommendations. It's not saying this is the right way or the wrong way to do it. It's just kind of a, hey, here's some general stuff you should think about.
You should just not wear anything, cover yourself in honey, and then no zombie will want to touch you.
I don't know. I've known some zombies that just might, like, ooh, easy.
Ooh, honey. Because people like to touch sticky, naked things.
Yes. That is the basic human instinct right there. Oh boy.
B.F.U is quiet because he's only been to one semi-HVZ game.
It was like a spur-of-the-moment HVZ type thing.
Sticky naked things. Are we talking about shooting me with Boomco blasters again? Because I don't. Last time we did that.
We were talking about the bio silly strings.
Okay. Oh.
No.
Oh. It's gonna be like silly. You can cover
It was
my
attached
nipples
to
with
the,
it.
attached to the Thunder Blast.
Please tell me.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a mod where I just put a bunch of those bio silly string shooters and attach it to a Thunder Blast.
You know what? None of you. Josh doesn't like the Thunder Blast either.
I would call it the B.F.U Zuka.
I am not the only hater of the Thunder Blast.
The Bio Squad, as far as I know, we've only seen them, and they say Bio Squad on them, but I don't believe. Do we actually have names for these blasters?
Yes, the String Slinger, String Mania.
What is the Eraser?
Are those real names, or are you just making them up?
Strings and Things, and the
String and Sealing Wax.
The Stringinator.
Stringinator. I thought you were all for strings.
The String Zerker. Strings as a propulsion, not what's being propelled.
I think. Dang.
I like string blasters. Asterisk. Must be propelled arts, not.
I like string powered blasters.
There we go.
These are string powered by air.
I just want to know. I want to know if we actually have names. I saw Eraser come up when I was searching for these.
Yes, I did eraser it from my memory. You are correct.
Oh, maybe this is it. Let's go Bio.
Zombie Squad.
Right now. Fury, zombie repellent. It just has like a product description for the line. I don't see.
While Josh is looking, I want to.
ZR800 is the abolisher and eraser. Oh, guys,
abolisher, Doominator.
You missed a golden opportunity to create a bio shot. That's all I'm saying.
They did. They did. Well, I trademarked it. I mean,
Oh,
sure, the
that's
patent
why.
lady, sure, the patent lady looked at me like you're stupid, but whatever. And I want to apologize to anyone up front. The one person that listens to hear me, that'd be you, Bobo. Love you, big guy. Big man on big man love. In case I cut off suddenly, it's because my Internet of Things is about to die. So just in case that happens.
Good stuff.
Pre-happy tagging, something loud and funny. Ooh, big funny guy. Yeah, all that ahead.
Well, glad we could fit that in.
Speaking of which, has it been like? I mean, we're running out of things to say. Has it been long enough for an actual podcast?
Oh, it's definitely we've exceeded like our minimum requirements for podcast time. Definitely. I mean, I think we're pretty much coming to a close here. I'm trying to just see if there's anything else that was new or interesting that we wanted to get to.
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, Rival, Doominator, Spin Sanity, we kind of covered all the ToyFair stuff. I know there was a lot of
Rebel.
Yeah.
Crossbolt.
There's a lot of Crossbolt? Who did that? Oh, wait a minute. I know that channel.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That's about
we're proud of ourselves. You're damn right we're proud of ourselves. We had a lot of fun. You see, folks, we don't do it for the monies. We do it for the fun. We don't do it for the monies because, let's be honest, we got pretty good jobs. So this is just for kicks. We don't hate monies. But what Josh wanted to do is he wanted to bring the Crossbolt news to y'all. As soon as
in
y'all
like
got
7
it,
videos.
In like 7 smaller videos.
Posted one at a time.
Because we believe in the Internet of Strings.
Hey, you know what? We posted a really like a 15-minute video before where people were just like, it's too long. I just wanted to see the firing demo. Or I just wanted to see this. So here you go. They're all there. You can click on whatever ones you want. I've made little annotations so you can be like, oh, look I want to see the firing demo. Click. Oh, I want to see the pat test. Bam. There you go. You just click on it.
Before my battery actually goes out, because I think 3% means it's bad, I want to just real quick on the Crossbolt. So you guys probably could see from our videos, we're super juiced. I've already started doing a lot of live long and prosper things with it. I'm going to prosper in a long term. R.I.P. R.I.P. LN.
I was going to bring that up when we were going to sign out.
But
yeah,
Crossbolt pretty awesome. It seems to shoot elite darts much better than, and by better I mean you can actually hit things with it, than a normal blaster out of the box, and you can mod it to up 90 plus FPS in under 5 minutes. And mod is in air quotes. Mod is definitely in air quotes. So I just wanted to get that in there. I will not replace a hammer shot, but you should still go purchase it. Purchase a Crossbolt. Not the same ring to it.
Not the same ring. Shoot. That was a good, summary of everything. buy a Crossbolt. Yeah. That's about it, guys. There's not a whole lot. I was gonna go somewhere and I totally forgot what I was gonna talk about. I was probably just gonna hate on the Kinect blasters a little bit more, but
Hashtag hate hard.
They look. I hope they sell well if the ammo is good, but I have no desire to even touch them. Put it that way.
I don't have there's no reason to even pick one up.
No, exactly.
Unless you are like a Kinect fan and like everything in your room is Kinects and you decide to go to a Nerf game with your Kinect blaster to show up everybody, which won't happen, by the way. I would rather go to a Nerf game with like several jolts than one of those Kinect blasters.
Right? Oh, boy. So, yeah. I think we're good, guys. BloodAngel, thanks for coming back. B.F.U, thanks for having a battery that lasted long enough to make it mostly to the end of the podcast. Yeah, we already did the RIP, Mr. Leonard Nimoy. There we go. right there.
Yeah. What about you, B.F.U?
Oh, I can't. I don't.
Oh, that doesn't
like
make his love any less there.
Screw you, Shatner. Spock is awesome. You can negotiate this price line, Shatty Fatty.
Wow. Okay.
So, thank you.
That's what we need to end with.
That's it, baby. All right, y'all. This is Josh.
This is K Rizzle for Shizzle, better known as B.F. Yizzle.
BloodAngel.
Happy tag, everybody.
Oh God! Oh God, my battery! No! Don't blow up!